Welcome back, and today we are reviewing the Eureka Solitaire one-person tent. And why did I decide to review this tent today is because we have some severe thunderstorms rolling through. And as you can see, my truck is already getting rain on it, and tonight we are supposed to be getting some rather bad thunderstorms. Before we get too far and open it up, this is as it came out of the box, and I am using a Craftsman tape measure to do the measuring. It is approximately 17 and a half to 18 inches long. And about 4 inches across, just in case you're wondering what the packed dimensions are whenever it comes out of the box, or what you might be able to, well, this would say more like 4 1/4. Alright, let's get this thing unfolded and set up. One side of the tent has got this ring and a pin, and one end of the pole has got this rubber end on it. Another end is opened up for the pin. So the pole only goes in from one direction. And it's got a little loop right there. I'm trying to keep the rain fly over it, keep the water out of the inside of the tent till I get it set up. Another mark against the tent are these flimsy tent stakes, except for the big plastic one. I mean, those are cheap. But anyway, I got them stuck in the ground without bending them. That's the first thing I recommend you do if you get this tent, is replace those flimsy tent stakes with some good ones. Alright, I got the front staked out. Let's get the back. And this is not a freestanding tent. I'm going to have to use a guide wire and another stake out there in the front. I've got the tent pretty much set up. Have the rear guide wire connected. I still have to put the 2 front guide wires on. I went inside the house and got some heavy duty tent stakes. Something that I noticed while I was connecting this back part of the tent, you see how much distance you have right there between the loop and the stake? Say about 2 fingers worth. And here there's 3. If you hook that down there like that, it's slack, plenty of slack. Even if the stake was drove all the way down to the ground, that's still not tight. And the same thing over here. Even if that was pushed down, it would just leave a little bit of tension on it. I hope y'all can hear that rain coming down. Now that the tent's set up, let's take a look at the inside. And the mosquito netting, that seems to be sagging a little bit, which ain't a big deal, but it just seems to kind of constrict your movement a little bit. But this is the first time I've set the tent up. Set it up in a hurry to not get any water in it while it's raining. So, because this is just clean yard, I didn't use a ground cloth. If I was out in the woods, then I would use some type of ground cloth, like a heavy duty rain poncho or a tarp or something like that. But anyway, what time is it? It is 8:45 in the morning. I'm going to let this tent sit out here in the rain all night long. What I did just then was I pulled on where that guide wire goes and where this guide wire goes at the same time, and pulling on both of them. What it does is it creates a little, like a ravine or a dip in the tent back to where the center guide wire is. And I'm a little concerned about, if I hook the 2 front guide wires up, that water can pool right there and then leak through in the middle of the night. Because right now it's just like that one right there. It's just got a place to go and then right off the tent. I like that. But if I put the 2 front guide wires on, I'm a little worried that it'll have a place to sit on the tent. So I'm not going to hook them up. I'm just go with it just like this. Well, I guess the tent's been set up now for about 45 minutes or so. About 40 minutes. And the rain's still coming down pretty good, coming down harder. We've got some bands coming in. You can see the water pooling on the top of the tent. And this type of rain is supposed to continue all day long. And then through the night, well, the night's whenever the strong thunderstorms are supposed to hit. So I'll keep y'all updated. This is the next morning. I guess it's about 8:30 or so in the morning. And yesterday cleared up. Didn't rain too much yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening. This morning, however, some severe thunderstorms came through. And we got about a 1/4 inch of rain. Had blowing rain, thunder, lightning, the whole 9 yards. We got enough rain. We got enough rain that we've got standing water in the ditches or on the side of the road. We've got standing water. That's how much rain we got, like just within the past couple hours. Water's still in the road. Skies are starting to clear up. We still have some water dripping from the trees. So let's open this tent up right now while it's still got bubbles of water all over it and see whether it's wet on the inside or not. Have one little bubble right there. Go ahead and crawl up inside of here. All the way down here to the end. And I see one little speck right there. Besides that, everything else looks good. Let me turn around where we can get a real feel for this. Hang on. So if we were sleeping in here last night, we would have had our sleeping bag. My Crocs, only wear them around the house. Got a little bit of headroom. Yeah, this is alright. Got a little hook right here. Maybe we'll hang a flashlight or chem light or something. But besides that, I only saw one drop of water. It's kind of open on the side over here. So if you get some strong blowing rain, you might get a little bit of stuff coming inside of there. The floor feels flimsy, real flimsy. Without a ground cloth, getting in here with just sticks and stuff, I can feel the stuff underneath the floor. So I have to point out that the floor feels really, really flimsy, real cheap like. I don't know whether it's going to tear or not. I don't know if it'll get a hole poked on it. But if you use some people don't use a ground cloth with their tent, but with this one you better. I already feel that right off the bat. All right, guys. Well, that concludes part 1. Let's measure the overall distance of the tent. We have the tape measure right about here where the tent stakes are. Now remember, this has a couple of spots for guide wires, but I did not put them on, so you can probably add another foot or two, another foot or so for the guide wires is what I'm estimating. And tape measure goes all the way back here to the last guide wire, and we are approximately 11 feet in length. The tent on the side, we're just kind of eyeballing it. Same. Scoot that over a little bit. Hang on. Scoot it over just a little bit more. I think that's pretty close. Just kind of eyeballing it. And we are at about 3 foot 4 inches. Say 3 foot 6, just to be on the safe side. Width. Let's take this rain fly. We're going to roll it up and see how it looks like that. Interesting note, after I took the rain fly off, the tent looks like a lot of the sagging went out of the mosquito netting. So I'm wondering if I may not have had a little bit too tight, had the rain fly a little bit too tight, making the mosquito net sag. So you may want to pay attention to that whenever you're putting the tent up. Once the rain fly is removed, then you have your top zipper right here that unzips. Hang on, I'm gonna get my tape measure. And this top part unzips. I've got my tape measure up there at the front of it. And the tape measure reads about 3 foot 3 inches is how far the zipper unzips. Let's unzip this and then open it up. Yeah, you might be able to get inside there. See how wide that'll open up to. Say about 16 inches or so is how much it'll open up to. Well, this concludes our first review of the Eureka Solitaire. The next test will be to take it out in the field and see how it does in a real camping situation.